Hi there, this is Nicole Watkins with Morgan James Publishing, and I'm here today with Kevin Williams, author of Irrational Kindness. Kevin, thank you so much for
Yes.
today. So excited to dive into the background on your newest book.
Yes, I'm so excited, Nicole, to be here, and I'm so excited to be a part of the Morgan James family as we launch this new book.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're just excited right there along with you. So I do want to dive in and just ask, how does kindness fit into running a fast food restaurant?
Well, it doesn't necessarily always go parallel with it, does it, from your experience out there? But it's the beautiful part of the irrational part, I think, is when you realize that, the fast food business is extremely transactional. It's very fast. It's not necessarily geared towards developing relationships, but the spirit of what we try and do is just do this quarter turn in perspective that really allows us to see our guest in a different way. And when we can do that and see that the guest is more of a relationship more than just a transaction, then we get to start kind of digging deeper with that guest and thinking of ways to serve them versus just they're just another number that I've got to get through. And so the power of it is when I can get a 16-year-old and a 17, 18-year-old to do that, it becomes a beautiful thing. When you realize that a paycheck is just a paycheck, we all need a paycheck. That's kind of a given, right? It's nice to get a paycheck coming in.
Right.
But when we see the value of while we're getting that paycheck, the working towards a purpose behind it, it changes us and it changes what we're doing. And that's the spirit of what we're trying to do as an organization. And this book is really that launch into that.
Yeah, love that. I really love that. So what is it that you hope to get out of this book release?
Well, the journey started for me when I was I would give everybody a book. I do a thing called Coffee with Kevin. Do you have your coffee today, Nicole? Do you have your coffee with you?
My coffee today, but I should have had my coffee with me. But
You should have had your coffee. Yes. So, but really, we have a thing called Coffee with Kevin. It's just a time for me to connect with all our new team members at our. We have 3 locations here in Canton, Georgia, and that's just a time for me to catch, but not just to talk to them about business policies and expectations. For me, it's really a chance for me to go and tell them how wonderfully they're created original by God that loves them, and the spirit behind the beauty of failure. We talk about how, letting them see that failure and is just a journey of continuous improvement and getting better every day, and to unleash and be the kindness that you kind of can offer to yourself, to realize that you don't have to be just like everybody else. You can bring your own hopes and dreams into this job, and we can be on the journey together. And so through that, I would give people different books of some of my favorite authors. But one day I decided, what if I gave them my own book, telling our own story from our own words within our organization? And so that started this journey of a book. I also enjoyed creating things and the spirit behind trying to be able to create 17 different thousand ideas and put them into what a focused point of what we're trying to accomplish and share through the book. And that's what our hope is, that it can be a book that encourages you. I know I love encouragement. We say encouragement's kind of like brushing your teeth. You did it yesterday, but you still need to probably do it again today, don't you? We may need to do it twice a day. You may need it 3 times a day, but the encouragement we all need, and that's what it is, just cheering us on towards taking bold steps, brave steps towards the dreams and ambitions we have in life.
I really love that. And what a message that's so needed, especially in the current times that we're in. And as we, are in this new year, I think all of us could use a little bit more kindness towards ourselves, towards one another, just as you have displayed here. So one thing that I really love for you to just dive a little bit deeper into, Kevin, is, who did you write the book for?
Well, I wrote it for myself. I wanted to be encouraged and hold myself accountable towards what we're doing and the words that we're doing. I also wanted to be encouraging to to I oftentimes said I'd write it for the person who's in 7th grade right now in my mind, because I want to prepare ourselves and our organization and myself and my community around for that person that's coming up, and how to inspire them and how to engage with them this irrational way that oftentimes the world doesn't want us to look at. You know, if you watch the news, it wants to put us on one side or the other. And if you say you like one thing, then you're all of a sudden you're over there with everything that has to do. Well, we just want to, you know, take a deep breath. You know, we do inventory at the store. You know, when you have to do stock inventory, you have to figure out where you have and what you have. And we want to just do an inventory of where we're at, you know, to allow us to have some margin in that. You know, we take Sundays off. We take, you know, we provide to give ourselves, we do that in just a spirit of to give ourselves some margin so we can see things clear and be a little kinder to ourselves. And then how we're taking steps forward in that journey, and looking at the different opportunities. So we wrote it for everybody from the 7th grade that's going to be joining our staff one day, preparing ourselves mentally, to, you know, the dad that's kind of stuck trying to figure out what they want to do, and to celebrate, you know, maybe where they're at, to say, hey, it's okay that I see I want to do something different with my life. You know, I want to have the courage and the boldness to do it, and just cheering each other on. Without that, you know, this book is not written for, I love random acts of kindness where you just do whatever, but that's not necessarily what we're trying to do. More strategic acts of kindness. It really goes a little deeper than that, to say those are wonderful, to hold the door open for people and to do really acts of kindness. But it also is a perspective change that we have to do this daily renewal in our mind for. So to be that encouragement to say, hey, I'm going to renew my mind every day and see the world and myself in a little different light, and not one that I have to feel like I have to have everybody understand me. Maybe where I favor understanding a little more than just getting my point across. And when I do that, I get to see things in a little different way, and slow things down a little bit in a lot of ways.
Oh, that's so wonderful, and such a breath of fresh air as we're heading into the new year, Kevin. And I know there's going to be a lot of people out there watching this interview today that are going to be interested in getting connected with you. So where's the best place that they can get more information about you, your journey, and the book itself?
Oh gosh, Nicole, we're on a journey together to kind of encourage each other. So you can go to irrationalkindness.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Irrational Kindness, and Facebook, Irrational Kindness. And the fun thing is, like I said, we're on a journey of you know, we're on a journey of conversation where we can kind of do this together. And we're not saying, hey, our way's right in every way. Our way is just a way that we believe we're doing business, and we can see business in a different light. We can say the way we lead a restaurant and a fast food, that's a really hard business to lead. We can't necessarily change the heart of that, but we can change how hard that is, because that life is just hard and it throws off. But it's the kind of how we weather these storms and how we can do it together. So if you follow us on some of those websites, the institutional community, we're just trying to encourage each other and encourage ourselves through these different journeys, especially the uncertainty of 2021.
Oh, absolutely. And I love your message and everything that you're bringing to the table. So definitely make sure that those of you watching out there get connected and just keep track with the journey. And, you know, hopefully my hope for this is that, as you said, you know, you've got your way that works for you and your team, and for those watching out there, you know, this will inspire you to learn from that and make something of your own in that irrational kindness light of the world. So Kevin, thank you so much for your time today and talking about this very important message. I do want to remind those watching that Kevin's book is available wherever books are sold, so make sure you definitely grab a copy. And again, Kevin, always such a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you, Nicole. And we'll go together. We'll make kindness a bestseller, whether you buy the book or not. Together, we can kind of lead with that in 2021. And I will know one thing, we can change the world through that.
I love it. Love it. Love those lasting words. Kevin, thank you again.
Awesome. Thanks, Nicole.